The WRU's National Academy is responsible for nurturing and developing some of Wales's brightest young players. And the Academy also provides support off the field, helping them make the right lifestyle choices and deal with the psychological demands of the modern game.
What we try and do is identify what qualities and what abilities that individual has. Some of them are very academically orientated, and therefore it's very, very crucial that we make sure that they've got the right balance of support in order for them to be able to balance the academic life and the sporting life together. Others have different skills that need to be nurtured and developed. What we try and do is make sure we develop the individual according to their own specific needs, and that could be balancing academic life with sporting life or other interests within sporting lives, because you never know what they might do ultimately.
Well, I've been brought in to help them with sports psychology, which ultimately means to try and help them achieve their potential as players and their performance potential, and to try and increase their consistency as players in the variety of competitive situations. So I'm doing a workshop with them about performing under pressure, so about the ability to try and deal with the competitive demands that they face, the setbacks that they might have in terms of their performance, to try and deal with errors in the game, and to try and achieve performance consistency across whatever performance environments they find themselves in. How it works in practice is being able to deal with making mistakes and come back from those competitive mistakes, being able to get yourself into the ideal performance state prior to a game so that you're able to go onto the pitch with your mind in the perfect place to try and get the perfect performance out of yourself each time you perform. So it's about trying to create this sort of performance state that's got a consistency about it that enables you to execute the skills that you have already acquired.
When we see the performers on the pitch, we think of them technically, tactically and physically, making them bigger, faster, stronger, and we see these athletes on the pitch performing to a high standard. But as we all know, when we all talk about the top 2 inches, it's they live the majority of their life off the pitch, and the way that they prepare in normal life is vitally important to make sure that everything's of a stable nature in order for them to make the performance environment the best it can possibly be, and give them the best possible chance to perform at their optimum level. It shows really how much importance we place on it. And like I said, this is our 3rd intervention of the year. But more importantly, it's not just the time that they spend up at the Vale, which is quite sporadic, and it's every couple of weeks, but more importantly what they do and how important we work with the regions to integrate these types of practices into their everyday life. It's vitally important. The work that we're doing with the regions is extremely important, and hopefully it'll pay dividends in the very, very short term during the Six Nations and the Junior World Cup, but more importantly for the longevity of these players on a far wider base, really.
I think we've probably just seen from the autumn internationals how difficult it is for even the top players to actually perform to the best of their ability, game in, game out. Players who have the expectation is that they'll perform at the highest level. All of those sorts of players have lapses in performance, and dealing with those lapses is central. It's not about making a mistake in a game, it's about how you deal with that mistake and what you do in the next aspect of the performance, and how you move on then and keep that consistency game on game.